Hi, and welcome everybody to the PCS Like a Pro show. We're going to call this a little bit of a special edition because I have some special guests with me here today. But before we get into everything that we're going to talk about today, I just want to remind everybody that we've seen a lot of issues of people trying to log into DPS and having some error codes pop up. So if you're having some of those issues, be sure to reach out to the help desk. They can help walk you through whatever some of those technical issues are that you are having. But we're going to get right into today because I'm kind of excited about today. So with me today, if you can't tell already, I have my children with us because we are going to be talking about those gifts for kids. For those little travelers in your life. So if you're preparing for a PCS or preparing for a big vacation, you want to ask Santa to come bring some kind of special gift, or you want to give your child something and you want it to be something that's functional that you can use, and it's not going to be a toy that they just play with and discard, but those gifts that kind of help make the moving process and make the traveling process a little bit easier. So again, these are my children, and we're going to talk about some of their favorite things today. So why don't we start with you, Grant, and we'll go birth order introducing ourselves.
Hi, my name is Grant. I am in the 8th grade, and I like to run cross country and play football.
And how many PCSs have you made?
8.
And how about you, Blake?
5.
And can you tell us who you are? And
Blake.
How old are you, Blake?
11.
What grade are you in?
6.
Do you do any sports?
I did flag football.
Did you enjoy it?
Yes.
Okay. And how about you, Natalie?
My name is Natalie. I'm in 3rd grade. I used to do cheer, and I did 3 PCS.
3 PCSs. And you learned this day. What is PCSing?
Helping people move.
It's when we move from one location to another, right? Yeah. So we're going to, like I said, we're going to talk about some of our favorite gifts that we have, favorite items that we have for PCSing and traveling, and how much we enjoy them. Before we get into that, though, I wanted to share a couple of my favorite businesses, small businesses, ones that are military spouse owned. So I know we're all going to be looking for like a gift for one of our best friends, for our neighbor. And so a few that I just want to share with you. The first one is Charlie Madison Originals. They make bracelets. So I only have one. I've got a couple on our wish list, but if you can see it, they use different stones and beads, different materials. This one's got like some charcoal ones on it. So I could do like different essential oils on it. So that's one of them. And I absolutely love their company. Their quality is amazing. So be sure to check them out. And I'm going to drop all of these links into the comments. So that way you can easily go and find them. The next one that I love is Hope Design. So Lauren Hope, who owns Hope Design, if you've been around for a while, especially with me, you know how much I love my brooches for different events. So this is one of my favorite ones that she made for me. But she makes brooches. She's made several different unit brooches for me, necklaces, bracelets. She's starting a line that is not military oriented at all. It's like a what's on trend kind of thing with jewelry. So she's got like different stones for bracelets and earrings and things like that. But just a really, really amazing craftsmanship that she has. And I really do love all of her things. And then last one I want to share before we get into the big discussion with my kids is West House, or Shop West House. So again, another military spouse owned business. A lot of my military themed t-shirts come from there. And I'll put the link in later because I don't have it on hand. But she does a lot of like other little gift type of things, corporate gifts for that special friend that you're trying to find someone for. But getting into today, talking gifts with our kids, gifts to help make PCSing and traveling easier. So Grant, let's start with you. You are the oldest. And what are some of your favorite items to have when we are moving or traveling that you always make sure to take with you?
What I like to do when I'm in the car traveling is play on my tablet, because you can download books on here. You can have an entire library if you download enough books. You can play games that you like, listen to music that you want to listen to, and stuff like that.
And your tablet, it's a Kindle tablet, right? Yes, it is. You probably don't know. You don't pay attention to that. You take the tablet that you
get,
and you're happy with it. But it's a Kindle tablet, and I'm dropping a few links here into the comments as well for everybody. So Kindle has some great things going on right now on Amazon for tablet sales and everything. So tablets are great. I know a lot of times we try to say, hey, less screen time and things like that. But when you're in the car, tablets are great. You can easily put a movie on, let your kid watch it. You can put some books on it for the older kids, and they have something they can read without taking a huge stack of books with you. And then you also are able to play some games on it as well. What else do you got that you take with you?
The second thing that I like to take with me is my new Nintendo 3DS. It comes with case coverings, and basically what I do on it is I put in a game card and I just stay on the same game for an hour, 2 hours, entire trip. It's really fun, and the settings, you can adjust the level of 3D you want to see. You do not need 3D glasses. That's the first thing that came to my mind when I got this. Where's the 3D glasses? But you don't need any.
Mm-hmm.
The setting for the 3D is just on the side right here. Right now it's at no 3D, but you can take it to max. And one thing about the 3D is that if it's not level with your eyesight, it will not focus, and it'll be like flickering.
Yeah. And and when we talk handheld game devices, so it doesn't necessarily have to be like the 3DS that he has. I know that's a little bit more old school, but now like the Nintendo Switch is something that you can take handheld with you into a car. I think Nintendo came out with like some Game Boy type of system this year where they have a Zelda one that we saw that has got like preloaded Zelda games on it. And I believe there's a Mario one that has like preloaded Mario games on it. So there's a couple of different options out there for having a handheld game system. What else do you got that you take in the car with us?
Well, before I get to the next thing, there's also, it's like a 3DS. It's a handheld game system. A Sega. It has a bunch of different pages of games that I like to play. When I'm bored, I just like to get on and play some chess, figure out how in the world Chinese checkers or Chinese chess works. It's just really fun to go through each and every game over and over again to see what in the world it is.
Yeah.
Now, the next thing I like, and this is like if you don't want your kids to have a phone, but you also want them to have a way to message you or FaceTime with you, my iPod. It's not a phone. I have a bunch of music on here. I fall asleep listening to music in the car, and I can easily text, FaceTime, just it's really.
And he learned how to FaceTime yesterday, everybody. So that's like new adventures here in our house with how these things are going. But no,
I got this 1 or 2 Christmases ago, and I only yesterday figured out how to FaceTime. So don't worry if it takes me a year, maybe 2 years to figure out how to FaceTime. Don't worry, you guys. It might take your kid longer because I mean, with text messages, if you want to have time alone from your kids, but you still want to be able to contact them, they can just text you until they learn how to FaceTime you.
What is something whenever we usually get into a car for a long trip, what is something we always say to make sure you have? That goes along.
A way to listen to your device without it blaring in the car. So what I have are JLab AirPods, but my brother and sister have regular earbuds, strings and all.
Headphones. Yeah. So headphones, depending on what your children's electronic devices that they have or that they get, having a good pair of headphones, whether it's the earbuds, the regular headphones, or the big earmuffs like the Bose things, can just be another great gift to get for your kids. And then another thing, I'm dropping the link here, is a backup battery. One of those little devices you can plug it in, it charges up, and then while you're traveling in the car or while you're on the airplane, your device runs out of battery life, you got one of those rechargeable little emergency battery packs that you can plug in, and your child's able to finish the movie or finish whatever it is that they may be doing at the time. So we're going to move on here to Natalie. Natalie, this is my child who is all about the comfort items. Like, she just wants the fuzzy socks and the cozy blanket for Christmas. So when we go to travel, what are some of the things that you grab for us to make sure we have?
I grab a neck pillow because it helps me first it helps me sleep because it's comfy.
Mm-hmm. So neck pillows are always a good thing that you could get somebody. They're usually inexpensive. You can get them, I believe, from Target for like $10, Walmart for something similar. But if you have an upcoming travel, PCS, whatever it may be, a neck pillow is just a really easy, simple thing that you can get. And I can tell you, like, kids absolutely love having that. What else do you bring?
Cinnamon.
So stuffed animals. So she named this one Cinnamon, the lion. But stuffed animals, especially for our younger children that enjoy those cozy comfort items, getting them a small stuffed animal, something that they can easily take in the car that's not going to take up a lot of room, or that they can fit into their backpack when going on the plane, to bring a little comfort to them can go a long way for helping with that too. What else do you got?
Fidget.
So you're a fidget. So she has poppets. So poppets are another great activity that they can easily sit back there. They can do, entertains them to where you're able to focus on driving or catching up on a little bit of sleep on the plane. What else do you got?
I bought
for me to help too. So books. Books are always a good idea as well. Even if you have electronics, we always make sure our kids take books as well. Okay, please stop. Always take books in the car with them as well in case their tablets die, their electronics die. They don't have the backup battery. They've got something else to do, or maybe their eyes are hurting from watching an electronic screen so much. They've got another activity that they can do. If you have younger kids that are coming up on PCSing for their first or second time, worried about the transition, there are some really great kids books out there geared towards those that are PCSing. So one that we have is called I Move a Lot, and That's Okay. And this is by Shemaine Perry Knights. And I've actually met her and gotten to talk with her. She's a fabulous person. She's a military kid as well, so she understood it. But it's one of those things for her when they PCS, when they moved, there wasn't anything out there that really explained what PCSing was to kind of help that transition. So as she got older and became an adult, she decided she wanted to make sure there was something there. So she wrote this book. And it goes through the process of finding out that you're leaving, moving, and then transitioning into your new location. So I'm going to drop the link for this book and a few other books into the comments for you while Natalie continues to tell us what else you got sitting over here with you.
I got a fanny pack.
A fanny pack. So she enjoys fanny packs. My boys enjoy backpacks, but having some sort of small bag of some kind where they can put, please stop, their valuable items in, valuable of, you know, what's important to them. So like for her, she would put in her fidgets, you know, maybe a book, maybe a smaller stuffed animal of some sort. You know, it's just a great place where they can be able to keep those things. And luggage can be an important. Luggage is another great option as a gift, especially if you've got older kids. If they're getting ready to go off to college, if you know, they're going to be doing some traveling to see friends or grandparents or whatever it may be, getting them a good piece of luggage can be another great gift this year. Getting them a good travel backpack can be a great gift, and even packing cubes, you know, to help organize what it is they're packing. So it can just go a long way to kind of help make that PCS a little bit more smoother, knowing they've got their own suitcase to put their own things in. Or like I said, those older kids that are going to be traveling to see grandparents, friends, or going off to college and whatnot. It'll just be having a great piece of luggage can definitely help that process go a little bit smoother. You got anything else over here? No, that was it. Okay.
Peace.
So moving on to our middle child. So we talked already about our older kids, the electronics, the things that they want to have, and our younger kids and their comfort items and things that they want to have. You know, but Blake, he's our middle child, and he is 11, almost 12, right? Yeah.
Yes.
And so sometimes they kind of get lost into that mix of, well, these things are too young for them and these other things are too old for them. So what do kids there want? So Blake, what do you have that you want to share? You want to start with the little things that you'd put into your backpack, your fidgets?
Yes.
Okay, so what fidgets do you have there in your hand?
Rubik's Cube.
And what else?
And a fidget spinner.
And a fidget spinner. So like Natalie's Poppet that she has, you know, fidget spinners, the fidget cubes, Rubik's cubes, just some of those little like handheld type of fidget things can just be really nice to have for kids, whether they're traveling in a car or in an airplane. It gives them something to do while they sit there and look out the window, or why they may be bored, but they don't want to watch another movie. They don't want to read a book. You know, just having some of those little fidget things can go a long way to kind of help make that travel a little bit smoother. What else do you got there?
And in case your tablet or whatever dies.
We got some more books too. So we've got the books from our daughter, the little younger aged books, and then Blake's got his own set of books that he brings in as well. And what is Grant, you can help out with this one because this is Grant's device, but I think our younger kids might be getting into the age of needing it to reading. Can you turn that on so we can see that? So this is like one of those, it's a reading light that goes around your neck and you can turn it on. So like if they're in the car trying to read or on an airplane, but they don't want to turn on the overhead light or whatever it may be, you're sitting in the hotel trying to get younger kids to sleep, but he still wants to read a little bit, having one of those reading lights can, you know, help make it easier to read for them. And it's just a really great little travel accessory to have as well. What else do you got sitting there, Blake?
And if you're thirsty, a water bottle.
So water bottles. So we are big with water bottles in our family. We enjoy water bottles a lot. We all, yes, got water bottles. But having a good water bottle can go a long way to, just ensuring everybody's kind of happy in their travels. It always seems like somebody's going to get thirsty, somebody's going to need something. So, I mean, you don't want to buy food for Christmas for whoever it is in your family. It's probably going to go bad. They're going to eat it before they go. But a good water bottle that is going to stand up. It can take a little abuse being dropped in the car, dropped when they open the door, or going through an airplane. So good water bottle is always important for us when we travel. And again, can make a really great, easy gift, can be a good stocking stuffer, can be a good little, you got a niece, nephew, cousin, or you got a good friend that's getting ready to PCS soon or go on some travels. A water bottle, again, is one of those really great gifts that is used when you travel. And so it has some good functionality and purpose to it, but also doesn't cost you a whole lot. One of my favorite things that the kids got last year, I'm going to ask you boys to hold it up, are these scratch off maps that you can get. So they make all kinds of different ones. So the one that they have there is one of just the U.S. because we've only been stationed CONUS. We haven't gone CONUS yet. But every time that we go to a new state, they're able to get that map and they can scratch off that new state. And so hopefully at some point it'll all be scratched off because they will hopefully have visited everywhere. We're going to put these links to a world map and a US map in the comments for you. So that way you can go and check them out as well. You boys can go ahead and put it down. But it's just a fun little something that you can get for them where they can be able to remember that adventure kind of deal, and they can be able to look back at where they've traveled to, where they haven't traveled to. And the great thing about it is that when you go to plan your PCS and you can see like, hey, there's these couple states we didn't get to, well, you can jump in and say, hey, well, maybe we take the long way on our PCS and we can mark off this other state, or things like that. But I think those scratch off maps are just a really, really great gift for children as well. And then the last thing I want to talk about for kids, and this can really be kids of any ages, that you can get, and it can come in multiple different forms or fashion, but our pen pal kits. So when our kids move, they make some good friends at locations and they want to be able to keep in touch. And I know technology, phones and things have kind of made that a lot easier these days, but it still doesn't replace the feeling of a good old-fashioned written letter. And so there is a company called Milkid Mail Kit. So you get this little box, you open it up and you get you get like some stamps in here. You get different types of paper that you can write on, and there's envelopes to go with it. But it's a nice little stationery pen pal kit that you can get for your kids, and it kind of encourages them. It gets them into the art of letter writing again, but it also makes it fun having a pen pal and getting to write about your adventures moving from one place to another. So I think we've covered everything that our favorite items for traveling that you can get as gifts for Christmas this year. Again, for your kids, for neighbors, for other family members, and everything. But Christmas is just a great time to be able to kind of capitalize on wanting to get somebody a gift, but wanting it to have a functional purpose as well. And so looking ahead to PCS season coming up next year, if you're like us and you're going to be in that PCS season, or you've got friends coming up in the PCS season, or you've got a big family vacation plan for spring break or whatever it may be, getting them an item that is a gift, but also serves a purpose of being functional can go a long way to kind of making sure you don't end up with more little cheap toys that are going to break and have to get tossed within a week. So that's all we got for this week. Join us back here again next week. I have my friend Sierra Redmond coming on, and we're going to be talking about her book, My PCS Passport, and how it can help you kind of get into your community, into your new community when you PCS, and how to find all those fun, cool locations at your new duty station. So that's all we got. Tomorrow's Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. If you go shopping over the weekend, stay safe, have fun. Remember to shop small, support local, and we'll see you all next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.